Well, hello, folks. I think I've got it. I think I'm here. I've got Joseph in the green room or the backstage. Wave hello if you can hear me, Joseph. You're going to be my test. Okay, I see Joseph waving, putting on the comments so we can go ahead and get started. Hello, for those of you who've never joined me before, I am Will Sullivan, the host of Wednesday with Will Live, and also the founder of Aspiring Better Human, a company I founded about a year ago because I am just in search of finding great human beings on the planet as well as being a great human being. And what I'm trying to do each week is to just bring you topics and people that I personally am inspired by. So I hope you are inspired by them. I like to talk, I like to share, I like to connect. And I'll set this up before I bring Joseph, our guest, onto the stage. I have a real life brother, Joseph, who does nothing with social media. You can't even take a picture at a wedding. So here I had to search the world. I found another Joseph. He is filled with energy, and he is the reason I invited him here today. I'm bringing him on. You should see his fist pumps backstage, and we'll just get the party started. So again, this format is completely unscripted. I just want to introduce you to people who inspire me, and we'll just see where the conversation goes. So I'm bringing Joseph into the room.
Hey,
Joseph, hey, how
what's
are you,
happening,
Joseph?
Will?
How are
Hey,
you?
fantastic. I'm living the dream, Will. Life is beautiful. Aspiring better humans is where we have to be. I start off my shows. If you've seen them, boom, we're going to bring the energy. But, anyways, I want to tell you, you don't know how much of an honor it is that you actually mentioned that your brother Joseph is not on social media. So you found another Joseph from Miami, Florida, Cuban. But you know what? I'm going to bring it for you. And to me, it's an honor to be on your show. You and I have gone back and forth. I can't, I'm honored. I'm appreciative. Attitude of gratitude. I can't say enough for the relationship that you and I have built together on LinkedIn. And it's just blossomed into something that every time I see your feed, every time I see your post, it drives me to be that better human and to serve a life of servantship and leadership and to help everybody and position everybody to understand who they are and let them live their life. Be free, be you, and enjoy your life.
I I'm so glad you were able to join us today because I do believe what you just said. LinkedIn brought us together.
That's
I
right.
was like many other people in this apartment, locked down, dabbled with LinkedIn, and I can't believe, and I'm really grateful for the thousands of people who tune in to actually hear or read what we have to say. And that's to me the honor, right? I It's an honor to have you as a guest, but those that follow us, there's an energy that we have, and there's something
Without a
about the
doubt.
platform that I love, and that's what I wanted to talk to you about today.
If you look at the comment section, you see our people right there. They are just heck bent on supporting our mission, our vision, our journey to bring everybody together. And you know what? I always make a huge statement. Look at Claudia from Portugal. Hello,
Hi,
Claudia.
Claudia.
We love to have you. Thank you very much, and we love you. But anyways, when you see, hey, Grace, we're gonna get busy here. I love you, Grace. Thank you. But when you see the engagement of the people that comment for us and that come together in our community, well, for me, that's where you understand the power. Look at Ligia. Ligia is, oh, I'm going to tell her in Spanish, Ligia, te quiero mucho. Gracias por atender aquí el show. She
Wow,
is
good for you,
just
Joseph.
amazing of a person. She is so in tune with an educator. She's just outrageously awesome. But Helen,
Hey, there's
awesome
him.
too. Hello, Helen. Hey, Dr.
Dr.
Abdullah.
Abdul.
What's up, buddy? But, anyways, this is where you see the power of our community, Will. This is where you see that we can. I always make a statement, and people say, oh, this guy's crazy. No, we can change the world.
Absolutely.
And like I tell
Absolutely.
everybody looks around and say, well, oh man, how are you going to change it? I said, with one act of kindness on a daily basis, if each and every one of us share one act of kindness on a daily basis, we will impact the world, dude. And there's no doubt about it.
We've got Bronx in the house. Rob Cruz. Hello
There
there,
you go,
Rob.
Robert. What's up? Helen
El
from El
Salvador is
Salvador.
showing up. Hello, hello. We've
We
got
love you.
Gail. Hello, my
Gail,
friend
oh my
Gail.
God. Oh,
We
now
share a
I'm
lot of
really
the same
honored.
friends, Joseph. We really do. We really
Now
do.
I'm really honored with Gail. She's big time. I'm just trying to keep up with Gail.
Oh my
There
God, the
you
UK
go.
showed up.
There you go.
Hey,
So what when I make that statement, what else is there to say when you see the people in the comments?
right,
It's
exactly.
amazing the power of LinkedIn. I mean, and like I tell everybody, we can reach Brian Poindexter, what's up? We can reach 800 million people every single day. Why not use it to bring change to the world and make this a better place for all? We're all one thing. We're all people. Oh, Felix, boy. You know Felix. I love
Yeah,
Felix.
he's the real
He's all
deal.
that. But why not use this platform to bring change to the world and help everybody understand that they're people just like everybody else?
So let's talk about that a little bit, Joseph. Right? I'm
So,
super, super, super interested in energies.
right,
Alone, I've always felt never, I'm not a super interesting person, nor do I ever want to be an interesting person, but everything in my life has put me in situations where I'm surrounded by big people.
right,
I mean, large numbers of people, big people
right.
too, but
Okay,
of all magnitudes. What I am always drawn to in any situation, I'm able to read a room. And
right.
you, in the physical world, you'd manage large teams, you host big events.
Yes,
You know when to speak, when not to speak, when a joke is appropriate, and all of that.
of
So
course.
one of the big things that I had feared when I left my former life was that, okay, you're the so-called people guy, and you're the nice guy, the kind guy. You're taking yourself out of the physical realm of people, and here we are looking at this screen. We're able to engage with people from around the world,
That's right.
and somehow you can get the energy off of this platform. I've certainly got it off of watching your morning videos, right?
Of
who
course, of course. But that's the difference in today's world as the old version. People thought that you had to be in front of someone, even
right.
though I do like the one-on-one engagement or the one-on community engagement live. To me, I thrive in that space. But at the
We've got
New
New Jersey. Wait, sorry to
Jersey,
interrupt.
hey,
We've got New
Hoboken, New
Jersey.
Jersey, right here, Rich. Hoboken, New Jersey. Don't get me wrong. I
Full
know you're.
disclosure, Rich is my brother-in-law, so just
Oh,
so
okay, good,
cover that.
Rich.
You
Hoboken,
can tease him
New Jersey.
all you want. We've got
Right,
Texas. I'm going to go
right.
through all of. I can't believe how many people showed up today, Joseph. It must
That's
be you.
awesome. You
You've
know
got
what
that
that tells you?
appeal.
You know what that tells you? That they love you, they see what you're doing, they know you're trying to make a difference in the world, and they're going to provide support so that we can pull it off. And two words I use: I am relentless in bringing change to the world. I want equality. I want everybody to be on the same playing field. I want everybody on the same table. We all break bread together, and we're all people. Let's
Absolutely.
bring it, because we're not going to
Absolutely.
stop. I'm not going to stop until I see the improvements that we need to change for everybody. I'm heck bent. I'm bringing change to the world. I'm not going to stop. And you know me, I don't
Yeah,
stop.
I'm with you. We're after the world. We've got Judah from Boston. Hey, Judah,
There
great to
you
see
go.
you. Let's see, and we keep getting booms. You're the king of the booms. Joseph, right.
Leah, boom. That's what
So
we do, Leah.
I want to know a little bit more about you, right? So we've
Yeah,
talked about energy, we talked about the power of connecting on LinkedIn,
right.
but I am finding that this platform is one where people are looking for real stories, right? Well,
Right.
I talked about this last week, and I talk about it all the time. I'm not an expert on any subject. I'm not someone that's trying to tell anybody to live their life the way that I live
No,
my life. I love sharing my story, but more importantly, I love other people's stories.
that's right.
So tell me the story of Joseph,
I'm
right?
going to tell you. I'll,
Who are you? Tell us who
well,
you
who
are.
am I? I know, and that's a question. You know, it's funny you bring up that question, because that's what I ask when I speak in front of audiences. One of my first questions is, "Who are you?" And you'll see I get different answers. Obviously, I'm this, I'm this. So I try to keep it down to one word at a time to everybody, so that I can decipher exactly what they want to get to based on their mental aspect at the moment. Because I'm really big into the mental approach to life. So once I ask somebody, "Who are you?" and they jump out and they give me two or three answers, then I'll decipher, I'll go through them to see if they're really at that stage of their life where they need to move forward. But I'm going to tell you my personal story, starting from when my parents. My dad migrated from Cuba in 1955 to New Jersey, went back. He was 21, 22
Respect for
years.
Jersey.
They're Hoboken, New Jersey. Can't live at 125 Franklin Street. I was born in St. Mary's Hospital, March 29, 1963. That way everybody knows I'm an old guy, but with
We're the
energy.
same age. You're not old.
There you go. So then my thing was, his thing was, he went back at the age of 21, 22, went and picked up my mom in 1957, brought her to New Jersey. They both had zero education. They had to work tough jobs, 25 cents an hour in factories. My dad got lucky and he landed with the Teamsters Union back in those days. It was a little different, with the Italian group and all them guys. And they took one of them named Joseph, took my dad under his wing and brought him along. He became a representative for the union. And then in 1963, my mom was pregnant with who? This guy right here. And Joseph went and told my dad, if you name him Joseph, everything's free. My dad said, there's Joseph right there.
It's that name.
So,
I'll tell you, it's that name.
so then he started putting his life together. My mom working odd jobs, factory jobs, not making ends meet. So we migrated to Miami in 67. 67 started our career in Miami. And we grew up through the years in Miami, enjoying all the great benefits of Miami through the 70s as a teen, getting in and out of trouble, just doing the regular things that a guy from Miami during those times of the late 70s, early 80s, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
All those little
I have
things.
a brother named Joseph who's, my mother always said it's the name. The name.
It is. And, it's funny that you say that because the name, I don't know, it keeps people attracting people to that name. And I don't know why, but it's just one of those things that I find energy within my name in myself. And obviously, like I've told everybody, I wasn't born this way, but I chose to live my life this way. So it's my decision to continue to empower everybody and to bring everybody along. Jordan Mendoza, he's big wig boy. If he's watching us, we're doing really good things.
We better clean this up. We've got some big time folks here.
Oh yeah,
Watch
yeah. I think we might want to extend this a little bit more so that we could but moral of the story, I worked my way up, got in and out of my troubles when I was a youth. Started putting my life together, had a child as well at an early age. He's now 34 years old. He's my beautiful kid. Oh, his middle name's Joseph, so I know he's in trouble.
That's where the power comes from, Joseph. That's where the power comes from.
Well, got divorced, got separated, went on with my life, got remarried to a beautiful woman now that she's my wife. She's my all. I have 3 beautiful young little kids. Well, I have a 7-year-old and a set of twins that are 5, a boy and a girl.
Oh, wow. You're a busy guy.
All day in my house, chick drama. The 2 girls and my wife. And my wife fights with the little girls, so there's a lot of chick drama. But anyways, that's my personal semi-story without getting really into the nuts and bolts of it. But that's how I've grown up.
How did you become doing what you do, right? I could just imagine you being the leader, you being my boss, you being my coworker. I could just imagine you on any team, right? And
Right.
I love building teams, building communities, and knowing people's stories. So like I tripped in it. I thought it was by accident. And I just approached my career as like, okay, I just got to figure this out and find good people. But I didn't have a drive. I certainly didn't have the courage or the energy to do public speaking or even do something like this. You seem like you were born ready to like take the stage.
Well, I'll tell you what, my go-to has always been, I prepared myself, obviously, because I wanted to learn. I didn't have the master's degree. I don't have the master's degree. I don't have that semi-real formal education. So I prepared myself and I started building myself up via education. And what I've learned is for me to build my teams, I use my strategy that I use humor. So I build my teams off of humor. I want everybody to enjoy the fact that they're on a team, that everybody can be safe, trusted, transparent, and can sit at the table regardless of title, position, compensation, name, badge, whatever it might be. I will not allow that on my team for anybody to talk down, demean, or look at anybody any less.
Right.
Because they're not sitting at the front, on the side, or on the other side of the table or anything. That to me is out of the question. If anybody crosses that line, they will not be on the team. And I know that's kind of rough, but you know what? I want everybody on the level playing field.
Right. So we all have stories. I certainly have stories.
Yes.
We have successes and we have failures, right? I've
Of
done
course.
things that I thought were going to be great and they were complete dud, right? And people on our teams have. How do you, right? Whether you're building a team, you're trying to get the courage to even do this on LinkedIn Live. What is the biggest lesson you've ever learned about people, in general? Like, you've got an approach, and we've talked about this, you have a personality. My
Yes.
personality is different than your personality.
Right.
How do you know how to bring people together? What do you do? What have you
Well,
learned?
the first thing I do is I'm the one that initiates everything. I like to initiate because I want to get a feel for everyone and I want to make sure that everybody understands where I'm coming from. And one of the best things that I've done in my life, Will, and a lot of people, I am completely transparent about anything and everything. And I love transparency in return. And I want everybody to feel comfortable.
Right.
Listen, no, this is a no judgment
Right.
zone. This is a none of that. It doesn't matter. Forget the personal. Forget anything. Let's just have a conversation. Let's make friends. Let's get together and talk. And that's it.
You just
People
said you
first.
but sorry to cut you off, Joseph. You just said something that I didn't know I did. So I done my career. I had a long career, and I'd been always thrust into impossible situations. I then took a course,
Uh huh.
in a management course later
Yeah.
in life, a few years back, and you go through all these exercises, and I
Mhm.
pieced together the career I thought was by accident was
Right.
nothing more than me recreating the good parts of my childhood.
That's
So
right.
a big, large, messy family,
Mhm.
loving family, right?
Which is okay.
Supporting, and I created that through my entire life, friendships, my marriage, everything.
Wow.
So to be able to do that, I realized I spent an entire career trying to make other people comfortable because that's what I wanted. I just wanted to be comfortable. And
That's
so
right.
when you start to realize all of the power in just bringing who you are, right?
That's
Today,
right.
your post was all about be you.
That's right. That's
You've
right.
hired thousands of people. I've hired thousands of people. We're
Right.
trying to build a community of thousands of people. And so, what we really do, I think our story, and I think where our energy was just like, it's probably
Right.
good that I'm in New York and you're in Florida because our energy in the same room might be just
Ooh, we
exactly.
go at it. We go at it.
It is about being you. And when
That's
we've
right.
hired people, what are you looking for? You're looking for that energy. When
I'm
you're
looking.
connecting with people, you just don't want to connect with people, or certainly not uh,
Listen.
collecting numbers of people. You want to
No,
have
no,
real
no.
connections on this platform, right?
Listen, for me, there's nothing fake about me. I'm transparent, I'm real, I'm genuine, I'm authentic, and I'm going to tell you exactly what's on my mind. Why? Because I feel that's the way I can build the people first relationships. It would be unjust to me and to the people that I come in contact with if I don't share the passion that I have that comes out of my heart with anybody and everybody that I come in contact with, because I know life isn't perfect. Mine wasn't either. But you know what? If I can sit down and put my arm around Will and say, hey, man, what can I help you with? And you know what? I'm going to tell you something. A lot of people come by and they say, what can I help you with? I go a step further because if I say, hey, Will, what can I help you with? Well, I'll let you know. Will walks away, right? But if I
Right,
tell you, hey, Will, what can I help you with right now, buddy?
right,
Let's talk.
right.
That's right now. We're going to get into it right now. Let's figure out where you're going, where I'm going, and let's make it work right now because I don't want you to walk away and
Right.
feel maybe sad, disappointed, and I couldn't provide that assistance to you. I want to take care of you right now. Let's get together and let's get it done. Because the last thing I want to know is that Will is still going through his concerns because nobody took the time to say, hey, Will, how can I help you today?
That yeah, exactly. It's what we would do, right, in the
Exactly.
healthiest of relationships and family.
Of
And I
course.
know there's a big issue. Some people just do not like the word, um, in the workplace or in a
Right.
department, oh, we're family, because family has different meaning to other people, so you don't want to just
Well,
trigger. But there is something, if you're coming from a good place, you're working with people, there's a relationship there that you need to build. Now,
right.
I don't want to cut you off, but Brian has a question or a
Right.
comment here. Please gravitate to your comfortability with yourself and the authenticity of
Of
your
course.
energy.
Of course. Of course, Brian. And that's what it is. Your authentic self brings everybody to you. Why? Because you're not trying to be anybody else.
Right.
Everybody uses the imposter syndrome. Dude, there's nothing imposter about me. I just want to be me. And that's it. If you love me, dude, I am fantastic. If you don't love me, I'm still going to be fantastic with you. But that doesn't mean, hey, you can go on. That's great. Or you can ride with me. My ride is rolling. I'm not going to stop. You know where we're taking our community. We're going up way up there to help out.
Yeah, we're not for everyone, right? There, people
No,
don't. Not everybody loves our energy, and
exactly.
and that's totally fine. I think we may be at the stage in life that you're a younger or a former version of ourselves. You're looking to be accepted by all, and that's everybody's biggest mistake. You can't
Yeah,
be, and
I
that's
can't.
fine. That's
I can't.
totally fine.
Listen, and I've turned down business, Will, that same fashion because I come in and they start with the and you know how people are with the big words and all that and I understand all those words but when I throw a little different word, hey dude, that doesn't work that way, dude. But you're hiring me for me.
Right.
I have I can take your problem and solve it with but if you want me to be any different, then you have to hire somebody else because that's not me.
Someone told me this years ago, and it stuck with me, and it's probably ancient wisdom that everybody knew. But someone close to me once said, "Pay attention to how you feel after someone leaves your presence." Right after this call, after I speak to you on the phone, if I met you for lunch or dinner, if I left saying, "Oof," or you left saying, "Glad that's over," right?
Yeah.
Our energies don't mix.
No,
Maybe we're good guys and we've got business, but trust that instinct. And
the gut, the gut.
trying, yes, and trying to fit situations to work
Yeah,
in our personal lives, but in business as well.
that's right.
You want to be 100%, 200% there for your clients. And if
And
something doesn't work,
it
that's
doesn't.
it doesn't
And
work.
and like I told one of them, I said, look, I'm coming here. You're not only getting Joseph Gonzalez. You're going to bring in a guy that's going to come in with 100% passion, give his heart, give his soul, give his mind to turn your place around. But you got to remember, I'm high intensity. I don't want you to try to muzzle me or try to keep me quiet from answering a
I
question.
don't think muzzling you is
No,
even
that's
a
not going to work
possibility.
with me, dude. I'm not like that. So I told them, if you guys change your mind, I don't have a problem working with your organization. But if you don't, dude, you guys can go somewhere. You know what happened about a year later, right? They called me up again. And I told them the same exact thing. And I got the job, because they couldn't find anybody to do what they wanted.
We've got a comment from my former co-star. We were the Will and Grace show at one point in our life, and Grace moved out to
Grace, my
LA.
ride is rolling. I love that. I love
You got
that.
a fan. If Grace
Let's go,
likes
Grace.
you, I think you've got some good stuff going there,
Let's
Joseph.
go, Grace. Get in this ride because this one's taking off real soon, girl. Don't get left behind. I love you, Grace.
We've got transparency is essential. I think that's
Without
a
a doubt,
really
bud.
important part because I've heard this on different broadcasts like this. I have heard this said by many other people. People do business with people,
Right.
right?
Of
There's
course.
huge companies and all. If you don't like the rep, if you don't like the facilitator, if you don't like what someone has to offer, what is the point? Because the
That's
energy
right.
comes from people, and you
Exactly.
just and
Exactly.
you just move on.
And
I want to make sure I'm mindful of time. We have 7 minutes, so if there's any questions, pop them in,
right,
especially
please.
questions for Joseph, because
Right.
everybody needs to follow Joseph and know Joseph.
Everybody needs to follow Aspiring Better Humans. My brother, even though he's stuck with me now. He can't get rid of me anymore.
No, no,
So
no, no. Yeah, I like to collect Josephs. Oh, I even have a comment. Look at this. Say hello to Manuel, everyone. That's my husband. He's
Manuel
off there
Reina
designing
from
something.
Brazil. There you go,
Yes,
Manuel.
yeah, he's the
We have
Brazilian
to meet one
connection.
day.
That's the
We have to meet one day.
some caipirinhas. When you're in New York or we're down in Miami, we're definitely doing
There
the
you go.
Brazilian churrasco.
There you go. And you brought up a point that I want to reemphasize to everybody. I've had individuals reach out to me and try to conduct business. And I said, okay, well, what's your name? And as soon as I don't, my answer to that, I said, bro, I don't even know your name. You don't
Right,
know anything about me.
right.
Do you know so how are we going to do business? First, let's build a relationship. Let's get to
It's
know each other. Let it flourish. If it does, it does. If we vibe, we vibe. If we don't, great, man. That's cool too.
There's been so much, so much in the press and so much talk about the great resignation, the
Yeah,
great realignment. There's different terminology for it, but I think the last couple of years, I believe people have gone inward. I believe, and I'm not paid, everybody, by LinkedIn. I believe LinkedIn is such a great platform because you are able to connect with people and ideas,
yes,
and it's a community of learning. But
right,
I think what's happened, it's like the great aha that
exactly,
people are able to see we no longer need to be defined or confined by the four walls we've sat in, right?
that's right.
Or the zip code that you're in.
No,
This
not at all.
blended virtual world,
Right.
being able to do things in person, is powerful.
Oh,
I think
extremely powerful. And it's flipped the
extremely.
switch now. It's flipped the switch now. Now it's at our advantage. Before we were being controlled. Now we're controlling. Or we're at an advantage now because now I can go and meet Will. Now I can go and meet Adam that says it's all about the
It's
people.
all
Now
about the
I can go
people.
and meet
You've got a
Gail.
question here from Gail. I don't know if it's for both of us. I know I use coffee. I'm a caffeine freak.
Well, I've just this is a disclosure that I wouldn't tell everybody, but if you see my post, I do what I do every morning. 38 years, 2:30 in the morning, I get up and have my black coffee, and I'm off to the gym because an old guy like me has to take care of himself. So I'm off to the gym. That's the secret, Gail. Shh, don't tell anybody.
If
Only
we were in the same
that are
city,
gonna listen.
I would hire you to be my personal trainer because I don't
I
think
did
you'd
that for
even.
many years. I have all the
Oh,
certifications and licensing and all that stuff.
I
So
wouldn't even imagine you.
and I love it. I love it. There's a couple of things that I do with passion. Obviously, my family is my all, my life, my soul, my everything. But exercising is my focus, my
Okay, yeah.
strategy, my life. I mean, it's where I get honed in to try to help everybody around me understand my model or my life or model of life that I try to have everybody engage with me. But if you see my post, you know what I do.
It's a,
You know
it's
what I do.
all it's all about the energy. We've got our friend Felix looking to
Yeah.
get on the Will Joseph Boom train. That would be kind of interesting. um, what's the secret to good living? Oh, please, Master Joseph, please tell us how to
Oh,
live a good
what's
life. We want to know. David Hanson, the kindest man on LinkedIn.
David? To give you a quick answer, we don't have a lot of time. The secret to good living is loving yourself, believing in yourself, and giving yourself the self worth. And don't let anybody take that from you because that's yours to keep. You're the one that can give it or keep it. Take care of yourself, value yourself, and live the life.
Great question from Brian here. How do you handle the people who say you're too much?
Well, Brian, I'm going to tell you the flip side of it. How do they handle me if they say I'm too much? But I've never run into the occasion where actually says, dude, you just way out there. They might say it jokingly, but at the end they say, I love the energy. I love your passion. I love the heart that you bring to the game. I love that you're involved. You're completely consumed in helping people. And that's what I live. I live a life of service. You live to serve, serve to live. If you don't, you're in the wrong life.
Great way to think about it, right? And gratitude. You
Attitude of
know,
gratitude is mandatory.
and
Without it,
I
we
would
have
add,
nothing.
to Brian's question, it depends. I would say I'm a recovering people pleaser. I don't think you suffered from that, Joseph. You just don't have the
No,
personality type. But
no.
I had always been the one trying to make everything work, which was fine. It made me who I am. But um, anyone saying I was too anything used to
No,
bother me, and you learn to grow
it
out of
doesn't.
it, and that's fine. Like I said
No.
earlier, if I'm not your cup of tea, that's
Remember the beautiful thing about being a person of people, and we're all. It's funny. Everybody talks about race. We're all one race, the human race.
right.
So everybody has to understand that we were all created to be unique, special, original, sensational, fascinating, amazing. One thing: Brian is Brian. I'm Joe. Will is Will. I can't be Brian as much as I'd love to be Brian. I can't be. Brian can't be me. So if we all focus on the best part of those individuals that we're exchanging ideas with or doing business with, we'll forget about the other surroundings, which don't affect us. All I want to know is to get Brian, David, Will to know them as
Right.
people. Forget about everything else. After that, we'll take the steps to move it forward.
And I know we're running out of time. We have about a minute left. I want to be
Uh-oh.
mindful. And if people can stay on, if you could stay on another couple of minutes,
I can stay on as long as you want. We'll bring it
we could
all
be
day
here all
long.
afternoon. I think
All
we could
afternoon.
just be
Let's
like a
go. Let's
C-SPAN.
go. Forget
Let's
it.
do a C-SPAN of energy. We'll talk
I
all
have
day
a
long.
keg of coffee on the way.
um, dear May, hey May,
Yeah,
believe in yourself
May.
and gratitude. Preach
Mhm.
absolutely, positively. Um, we've got self-actualization, right,
Self-action.
Christy? Thank you so
Boom. Hit it right on. Thank
Grace
you.
approves of us. Great endorsement from Grace out there in California. We get love this conversation.
Gail.
It's so glad you
Gail
could make
Real.
it, Gail. So as we're wrapping up, Joseph, Maya Angelou had said this, right? People will
Yeah.
forget what we said. People will forget what we did. They'll forget all the things. How do you want to make people feel after watching us?
I want them to make, I want them to feel full of life, full of themselves, full of worth, and never, 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 never accept any less than you
Right.
because you are you. You are fantastic the way you are. You don't have to be anybody else. Accept you. That's it.
And I would just add to that, agree 1,000%. And one thing that I'm finding on this platform and being able to support one another, it's kind of like when you learning, right? The more you learn, the more you realize you don't know much, right? That
Exactly.
expansive, and
Of
this
course.
community of billions of people on this platform, right? The best thing about this is I love watching coaches support other coaches and resume writers supporting other resume. There's enough for
To go
everyone.
around.
And so for me, that's what I would love people to.
What's the saying, Will? Collaboration, not competition.
Yes, exactly.
Please help each other out and make this a better
We,
world.
exactly. We lift one another up, and I
That's right.
really believe in
That's
that.
right.
So let's see. Let's see. We got Grace is busy today. Mission accomplished, Joseph. It's important to feel worthy. I agree. Derek, my old buddy Derek from my old world. Joseph,
Derek
leave us a
Bell.
good book recommendation. Joseph,
Awesome.
Derek's a reader. What should he read?
Dude, I've read so many books in my life, but anything I know I'm gonna go old school. Anything Jim Rome.
So, what's a favorite?
Yeah, dude. The last one I read the last one years ago. Now I have one from oh man, just read one from Brian Rollo, The Leadership. The 10 Leadership. Brian
And I'll
Rollo.
leave
It's a
one for
small little
Derek.
book.
We talk about this all the time. The Untethered Soul. Joseph,
Oh, I haven't read that one.
read The Untethered Soul. Helps you get into your mind about what our thoughts are versus reality. So, thank you for the question, Derek, and thank you for the
Thank you,
recommendation.
Derek.
Let's see. I want to go through. We're over. We're over. Wonderful energy. Thank you, David Hanson. Very happy to hear you guys.
Thank you, Claudia.
I don't think we're going to be canceled. I don't know. Maybe LinkedIn won't take my license away to do this.
Nah, they won't. Just tell them to come see me. I'll set it for you.
The world is big enough for everyone. Absolutely, Christy. So I guess we've gone over, folks, and I just appreciate everyone being here. Thank you, Joseph. Thank
Thank
you,
you, Will.
aspiring,
Thank
better human community, and looking forward to next week.
you. You got it. Have a good day, Will. Thank you guys very much.
Thank
Always a
you, and
pleasure.
make sure, Joseph, give your big boom at the end. You're the boom.
Boom, and let's make it happen. Bring it every day.
Thanks, everyone. See you
Thank
next
you.
week.
Bye-bye.
Talk soon, Joseph.
Bye-bye, Will. Thank you.